I've never seen anything like that before in my whole life. I'm out of here.
If this guy forgot there are more things in the woods than just deer, he's about to find out. He spotted what he believes to be a Bigfoot inspecting the area. Look at this thing. He looks mighty confident moving through these woods.
What in the world is that thing? That looks like a deer.
We gotta slow it down. When we zoom in on the creature, it appears completely covered in brown hair, big, frightening body structure. And yeah, the way it moves shows it's totally comfortable in this environment. The creature eventually slinks off into the woods, but check this part out. Deep howls rip through the forest, almost like this creature was calling for someone or perhaps threatening this guy for entering his territory. The man waited for 20 minutes, which he said felt like 2 hours, but he had had enough and was gonna get the heck out of there. He was not worried about hunting deer anymore. One day, some kids exploring the woods on a peaceful trail when it turned into pure terror.
Run, Lee! Run!
A massive figure emerges from the tree line and charges straight at them. No warning, no hesitation, just raw aggression heading their way.
Run, Lee! Run!
The footage captures genuine panic as the kids scatter. They're screaming, running for their lives. Whatever this thing is, it's huge, bipedal, and moving with serious intent. This is territorial defense mode, something protecting its space from perceived intruders. The kids made the right call running instead of trying to film closer. When something that size comes at you, the survival beats documentation every time. In Umatilla National Forest in Washington, a game trail camera with thermal imaging captures something bizarre. This unknown heat signature peeks over a log. Head comes up slow, then yanks it down fast. Pretty cautious behavior, something that doesn't want to be seen. Here's a piece of key evidence. The deer walks by 50 feet in front, and this gives a perfect size reference. You can see the deer's ears in thermal. Whatever's behind that log, way bigger. Different shape entirely. The camera owner says that the terrain drops considerably behind this log. There's plenty of space to conceal something massive. I have to admit, the peeking pattern has my attention. It feels deliberate, calculated, almost intelligence-gathering behavior, not random animal movement. Whatever it was observing the camera for about 2 minutes, which led me to believe that this is more genuine curiosity rather than just passing through the area. I don't know, what do you think it was watching from behind that log? This clip is great. Security footage captures a bear with the brilliant idea of raiding this kitchen for snacks. I mean, this guy is just casually wandering around checking out the space when things go sideways. A guy walks in to investigate the noise and comes face to face with this unexpected visitor. The bear gives him a little swipe and this dude loses it. Literally, I mean, he eats it. I actually think the guy's freak out and falling to the ground, tripping over that thing, I actually think it scared the bear. The bear retreats, thus de-escalating the situation. I mean, this guy was pretty unlucky to find a bear in this kitchen, but he was actually pretty lucky to escape a bear in the kitchen. The man escaped with only scratches and a good story to tell. He might have had to change his pants. But all of that beats being mauled to death. So, glad he made it out. Pretty terrifying scenario here. Yep, you got nothing but a big old stick and this apex predator is rushing you. We see 2 bears charge into this yard. And I know this person's life flashed before their eyes. One bear runs on by, the other beelines for this person and knocks them over. I mean, think about this. This is crazy. You're just in your backyard and next thing you know you're mounted by a big old bear. I don't really know what I'd do in that situation. I know they say to play dead, but my feeling in that situation is if I'm gonna play dead, I'm finna be dead. I don't think I can go out like that, just laying there taking it. But you tell me, what are you doing if they invade your backyard? You fighting? You flighting? Drop your survival strategies in the comments and let us know. A beautiful snowy mountain landscape turns terrifying when the camera pans and reveals something impossible standing amongst the trees. A large black hairy creature is standing upright in front of the snow-covered trees. The appearance matches Bigfoot descriptions perfectly. The cameraman's reaction is immediate panic as he starts running. You can feel his terror through the violently shaking footage as he flees the scene. Believers say that the snow provides perfect contrast against the dark figure, that there's no mistaking this for shadows or tree stumps with that clear bipedal stance. Winter Bigfoot sightings are rare but often more compelling. The harsh conditions usually mean that there are fewer hoaxers willing to do stuff like this, so potentially more authentic encounters. I think the panicked reaction really sells the authenticity here. Real fear is pretty hard to fake, but you never know. What do you guys think about this clip? A man is exploring the woods at dusk with his flashlight when something catches his attention from behind the bushes. Glowing eyes staring directly at him from the darkness. And yeah, what are those? All the commenters are right that yeah, this will definitely make your heart race. Many animals naturally reflect light from their eyes at night. Deer, raccoons, and large cats all do this in forest environments, so it's not uncommon, but the question here is, what's actually watching this guy from the shadows? The positioning and the size of these eyes suggests something larger than typical wildlife. And the one thing is, the way these eyes remain perfectly still while looking, I mean, that's particularly unsettling. I mean, most animals would flee, or at least show some type of movement when they see a human. Do we think he was trying to blend in? Is this just a normal nocturnal creature, or is there something lurking in these woods? Man, this is creepy. A man finds himself lost in the woods when he stumbles upon something straight out of a horror story. A mysterious hut crudely made from dead branches and leaves. At the entrance is an eerie collection of items that would make anyone's skin crawl. Bird bones, stones, dead flowers, skulls, and makeshift crosses crafted from tree branches are scattered all around. The scene looks like something from the Blair Witch Project as he films this curious structure. All of a sudden, he catches something out of the corner of his eye. A silhouette moving swiftly toward the tree line, trying to get out of view. It's a woman, seemingly in a dress, sprinting to get out of sight. I can't lie, this part freaked me out. Like, is this a real-life witch? Is someone playing a prank? Like, what's going on out here? This structure and the items that they found in it could definitely lead to witchcraft theories. Some commenters say that this is most likely just a family that has sought solitude in the woods. I guess that could be, but I'm leaning more towards a witch or some type of ritualistic thing that I don't want to be a part of. A woman films from her house nestled in the woods when she spots something lurking through her trees. A humanoid silhouette that keeps peeking out from behind a tree. She watches and waits. For a brief moment, she captures what appears to be the creature's head on camera. The features are obscured but distinctly human-like in appearance. I mean, she's freaked out, like, who is this person in her backyard? Or what is this thing in her backyard? She sends her husband and their dog to investigate the mysterious person.
Now, there is somebody over there.
I'll go check.
Hiding by our tree.
She continues to film and they get to the exact spot where the figure was seen and nothing's there. I mean, what in the world? I have to agree with the lady, there's something there. I know her husband probably thinks she's crazy, but the fact that it was actively hiding and peeking in and out behind this tree in their backyard, I mean, that's particularly disturbing. I remember when this clip came out and I thought it was just great. I mean, you can tell this old timer, he doesn't have any time for these alligators to be coming up on his property. I mean, this guy heads down there with nothing more than a frying pan. And I'll be damned. This old dinosaur crawls back into the water. Man, oh man. I mean, it's definitely impressive to see somebody deter one of these alligators like this, but this is incredibly risky. I suggest you at least bring 2 frying pans. In the Grand River area in northeast Ohio, a YouTube video claims to show a large dark creature running across a forest path holding a long stick. The 38-second clip went viral, nearly 4 million views before mysteriously being taken down. Now, only the still image remains. Posted by How To 101 channel, described as a channel that's looking for UFOs, Bigfoot, paranormal activity. Doesn't exactly make it scientific, but the footage showed a bipedal creature crossing the road left to right, and Ohio's had dozens of Bigfoot sightings recently, so this still image might be legit. Now, the takedown raises red flags. Genuine evidence usually stays up for analysis. Pulled videos often hide manipulation or staged content. We see the dark figure in the still image, however, these are easier to fake. Frankly, the missing footage makes verification impossible, but the picture does show something. Viral security footage showing what appears to be a creature transforming from canine to human form. They're calling this potential Nagual shapeshifting, the Mesoamerican equivalent of skinwalkers. While skinwalkers are purely malevolent, Naguales can be good or evil according to tradition. The footage shows a 4-legged creature approaching, then seemingly morphing into bipedal human form. This is happening real time on a security camera. The key difference from skinwalkers is that Naguales are shamanic shapeshifters, not necessarily dark sorcery. Part of legitimate spiritual tradition rather than forbidden practice. Neither of which are really in my wheelhouse, so I'll defer to the experts. Now, of course, the video quality makes analysis difficult, so in my opinion, this could literally be anything. A hoax, a camera glitch, it could just be a dude walking down the street. Regardless, it's a pretty cool video because it looks kinda like what they're describing. A dog morphing into a human. 1966 in Ireland, Easter Rising commemoration at a local cemetery paying respects to Irish freedom fighters caught something very odd. Was a normal scene until someone spotted something crazy in the background. A humanoid figure with extremely long limbs moving at incredible speed. I mean, this thing looks like it's barely touching the ground. The movement is fluid, it's a little unnatural, but it kind of looks like it's floating through a cemetery. Makes sense. Location and timing matter. Some are saying that this is a Banshee, and apparently cemeteries are prime Banshee territory, especially in Celtic folklore. These death spirits are drawn to burial grounds and associated with tragedy. And no, it doesn't match the typical pale woman in white description, but Banshees take various forms. Now, some are saying that this was taken in 1966 and that rules out modern CGI manipulation, and that it had to be captured on genuine period film, but there's just something about it. It almost looks to me like one of those videos that was older, but you can add color to it. I don't know, there just feels like there's something off with it. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I think you will. Jim Burrell has been hunting Bigfoot for years on his YouTube channel. Out of the 4 videos he's uploaded, all feature his personal sightings. But one video stands out from May 4th, 2023. Jim was exploring Crowns Pass when he noticed someone quite close to his location. Knowing there was a good chance it could be Bigfoot, he immediately started recording. What he captured has divided viewers ever since. The footage shows what appears to be a scary face staring directly at him from the wilderness. Even the skeptics, I mean, they can't deny that there's definitely something there watching him. More to be revealed on what it is. Now, not everyone believes Jim's encounter is genuine, but the behavior in this footage is pretty unsettling. The head of the creature seems to be tracking Jim's movement, suggesting that this isn't some run-of-the-mill animal you'd find in the woods. Not everyone believes Jim's encounter is genuine, but Jim's been consistent with his Bigfoot research over the years. 4 encounters, 4 videos, all from the same dedicated person. The Crowns Pass location adds a little bit of credibility since it's known for cryptid activity and unexplained sightings in that area. But I'll kick this one to you. What's your take on Jim's footage? Genuine Sasquatch? hoax? Let me know your analysis. Okay, so what do we have here? It appears this gentleman has said that he has found a baby Sasquatch in this tree.
Whoa. You see what I'm seeing? Huh. I see you, buddy. It's okay. Well, you can see the white of his eyes in the corner. I think I figured the secret out a little bit.
Now, I kind of see what he is seeing, but I don't know. So, what do we think about this? I'd love to know your thoughts on this. It would make sense that these Bigfoot are up in the trees more. It would make them harder to see, to find, discover. I just don't know what I think about this. Now, my kids thought this clip was awesome, but if you have a fear of snakes, tunnels, or dark spaces, here's your heads up to fast forward. Still here? Well, then I trust you're ready to dive in. Now, where do you think this was recorded, and what exactly are we seeing? This clip was actually posted on a Reddit paranormal forum by a relatively new user, and it came without any explanation. If you're familiar with the internet, you already know it has sparked a big debate. Some people believe it was filmed in an abandoned or hidden tunnel, while others suggest it might be footage from a classified government facility. There are also those who are convinced it's a CGI creation. Personally, I'm trying hard not to jump to conclusions, but it's certainly a mystery. What say you guys? Said to have been taken from a doorbell camera in the mountains of Colorado, the uploader said that he was alerted to movement on his deck and saw this big, upright walking, Bigfoot-like creature. I would say this guy fits the bill. As I dug into the comments though, a lot of people are saying that this is AI generated. What do you guys think? Probably is a little too good to be true. Have you ever noticed certain strange images that appear after accident scenes? You might have seen something like this pop up online. Yes, the focus is often on the accident, but there's something else that grabs attention. Look closely at the photo. Do you see a figure perhaps resembling a man or some kind of humanoid creature standing on or near the vehicle? Many have reported seeing this phenomenon in photos of accident sites. It's odd because this figure, or being, wasn't visible during the actual event, only later when reviewing the pictures. These mysterious figures often appear alone, watching the scene. Sometimes they're dressed in dark clothing, and on rare occasions they may even be holding a scythe, reminiscent of the Grim Reaper, a symbol of death that's been deeply embedded in folklore for centuries. The Grim Reaper is traditionally depicted as a skeletal figure in a hooded robe, and is believed to arrive when someone's life has come to an end, escorting their soul to the afterlife. Some people speculate that these images may capture the souls of the victims as they depart, while others remain unsure of what's truly being shown. It's an eerie mystery that leaves much room for interpretation. What do you think is really happening in these strange photos? Someone recently uploaded a video online claiming they spotted a strange creature staring at them through their door. Naturally, seeing something like this would send a chill down anyone's spine. The figure appeared to be some sort of dark, shadowy being, as if it had emerged from another dimension, hungry for flesh and bone. I mean, if anyone saw such a thing outside their door, panic would be the only natural reaction. I was about to dive into my own theory on what it might be when I saw a particular commenter's opinion. He pointed out that an ordinary dog could look like this when recorded through thermal imaging. He also mentioned that similar effects could be achieved by applying filters and post-production edits to the video. So, after hearing that, I couldn't view the clip the same way. I mean, what if he's right, and it's just someone trying to pull a prank for a few moments of internet fame? They're 15 minutes of glory. But then again, what if he's wrong? What if there really is some kind of nocturnal creature that looks like this? Anyhow, I can't seem to shake that unsettling thought. What do you all think? Prank or something more sinister?
What?
Somebody's in the window. Keep it out.
No, there's not.
We heard a ticking clock.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right here.
All right, check this out. A father was at home when he suddenly heard his daughter shouting for him, claiming there was someone behind the window. In the footage, you can see the figure quickly run off as soon as her father appears, prompting him to rush over to check outside. However, he finds nothing out of the ordinary. Puzzled, he steps outside to investigate further, but there's no one in sight. It's only when he comes back inside and reviews the footage that the unsettling truth becomes apparent. Upon closer inspection, the figure that moved away from the window didn't look human. It had an alien-like head with large, pitch-black eyes. The sight is both eerie and perplexing, leaving the father and those who watched the video feeling uneasy. What was this strange figure? Was it an alien spying on them, or just a neighbor pulling a bizarre prank? Okay, so for me, I love casual footage that picks up something crazy or scary in the background, but when you're showing us a video of your daughter yelling for you and you are recording, I just think that's weird. If I hear my daughter scream about someone lurking outside her window, yeah, I'm not grabbing my phone. If you get my drift.
Ai, meu Deus do céu! Vocês estão entendendo o quanto de jacaré tem aqui? Oh, meu Deus. Eu tô na barraca literalmente pra acampar. Vamos dormir aqui, guys? Eu vou.
Camping can be an exciting adventure, but it's definitely not for the faint of heart. And this story perfectly illustrates why. Picture yourself in the wilderness, enjoying the peacefulness of nature, only to be startled awake in the middle of the night by unsettling noises. This is exactly what one man experienced during his camping trip. As he cautiously peeked outside his tent, his heart most likely stopped. Yeah, there was a group of crocodiles lurking just outside, waiting to eat him. That's what they're waiting for. There's no other explanation, okay? The realization that you're surrounded by these apex predators with only a thin tent separating you from them it's enough to make anyone think twice about camping ever again. And yeah, while nature can be both beautiful and calming, stories like this reminds me that it's unpredictable and can be very dangerous. So tell me, are you packing up and getting out of here? I would have to say, I would rather have 10 armed combatants at my tent door than those crocodiles. Hungry cannibals, and whatever else you can think of, but not crocodiles. Check this out, we've got one of those clips that makes you do a double take just to be sure you saw what you think you did. Looky here, what do you think that is? It's not every day you step outside and spot a strange creature perched in a tree near your house. The person who uploaded the video was both confused and a tad frightened, seeking answers and wondering if she was safe or needed to consider moving, and I don't blame her. Once the video went live, it sparked various theories. Some thought it might be an otherworldly being watching her from the trees, while others had a more down-to-earth explanation, suggesting it could just be mango thieves hiding out when they heard her approaching. Mango thieves may sound plausible, but those eyes don't quite look human, at least from my perspective. But you've seen the clip. What's your take on it? This next clip is more of a story, told by a man who says that a Bigfoot smashed into the side of his vehicle. He sent this into Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, and here was his quote. "While driving through a rocky pass in the mountains, all of a sudden I was struck by something huge. Initially I thought perhaps it was a boulder that came off the mountain. While I thought that would be weird, it wasn't totally out of the realm of possibility. As it pushed my truck off track, I glanced into the rearview mirror. I was able to see a big, hairy creature getting back to his feet and scampering off the road. Needless to say, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. When he got to the other side of the road, he glanced at my vehicle, and through the rearview mirror it was like we locked eyes. He started chasing the vehicle on all fours. I hightailed it out of there, and after a few twists and turns I lost him. I pulled into the ranger station, but no one was there. My window was shattered, so I was afraid to stay in my vehicle. I went into the bathroom and was able to lock the door shut." The man went on to say that only his family believes him. The park rangers don't. He also says he's been to years and years of therapy, and he knows what chased him, and he knows it wasn't a bear. Bears don't have faces like this. "I've lived with these memories for over 20 years, and this is my first time telling this story. I hope you enjoy it." Our first clip is from Trail Camera Dad, and he's captured some amazing footage. The video starts with the elk feeding on some low vegetation towards the end of the day. You can tell they sense something. Something is hitting their nostrils. One of the cow makes an alert sound, and they all take off. And here comes the lion through the brush. As we watch it again, the cow closest to the screen makes the alert, but her back is facing where the lion came from. I wonder how she knows not to run that way. I guess it could just be instinctual. I'd love to know what experienced elk hunters and wildlife enthusiasts think the reason is. This is an interesting video here. A young boy and his father are exploring in Yellowstone National Park. As they're admiring the beautiful elk, the boy spots a creature behind the elk. Dad zooms in on the elk grazing and slows the video down. Circled in red, you can see the creature in the background. It appears he's in between a cluster of logs, foraging for something maybe. It's a little too far away to see it clearly, but the boy and his dad were adamant that it was a Bigfoot. I'm not here to tell them what they saw, and honestly, I can't even tell. My only real hang-up is that if it were a predator, the elk don't seem to care much. It appears they don't even notice that something is back there. Or, if it is a Bigfoot, maybe they don't view him as a predator. I'd be interested in what you all think about this. And can anyone make out what that creature is? This is an absolutely incredible event. A man is awakened by some commotion on his deck, so he goes to investigate. And wouldn't you know it, a mountain lion is standing there and has killed and dragged an elk onto his deck. Unbelievable. As the man films, the lion gives him a hiss, hoping he'll leave and let him eat in peace. I'm so interested in how all of this went down. If the struggle took place nearby and the cat dragged the elk there, or if it took place right in the guy's backyard. What do you guys think the timeline of events was? You can faintly see some light blood in the snow as the lion walks away. I wonder if he has an injury. Most importantly, I hope the lion is able to eat this, as I know he or she expended a lot of energy to kill that elk. These apex predators fail much more than you might expect, so like I said, a lot of energy was burned. If it was me, I'd call some buddies, load it up in the truck, and drag it out in the woods and let nature take its course. Nonetheless, an extraordinary camera capture.